was listening to these drunken people at the pool doing nothing with their life. I'm playing wiring loom. Yesterday I noticed that, well, this wiring loom is breaking up on this thing again. I mean, it's everywhere. I really have to take the fuse box out, just trace everything, and rewiring loom this whole truck from top to bottom because this keeps on cracking. What happens with that is it cracks. They go over here in these injector wires, and yeah, you'll start getting shit rubbing on metal and stuff, and you'll have shorts to ground and everything else. It'll ruin your day. This whole thing going back is just terrible. So we're doing that, and that's the rant. All over here was busted too. It's the mass airflow sensor, and I just splice it. You know, if it's still solid, I leave it. All over here is cracking up. I need fat stuff. I don't even know that size. It's not cheap. But again, a fuse box got to come out to do that. You're going to have to lift it up so you can put it in the bottom. Yeah, but that's General Motors for you. I'm using 1994, 1995 era stuff. You know, stuff I pull off junkyard cars in fine shape. Yet the new stuff they use is total trash. You know, why is that? Okay. It's so brittle. General Motors, to build a shit product, the only thing they really came out with good was the LS engine in the last, whatever, 20 years. 10 years or something. Bullshit. Why can't they make the wiring loom last? Alright, so let's go finish this before someone comes home. Those bitches. I'm just cleaning up the landscaper debris. That's why I had the hood open. Boom, boom, boom. Well, we got 2 subwoofer Kias now. Maybe. Buy the cheapest car. Boom, 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 boom. If anyone knows where you get like a roll of this stuff, this is like cheap parts store stuff, but it actually holds up better than this GM trash. Yeah, let me know. Even over here, you see, bam, this blows apart, so I'm gonna have to go lower with this now. Okay, it just makes a mess all over the driveway. The blower man will take care of that, so I don't care. You know, we're going to be doing it to here, to there. It just never ends. You're doing the whole harness. I just do a little sections at a time, though, because it is what it is. So let me go do this section, and it will prevent some wiring problems in the future. Hear these people babbling? I'll just run this. Maybe we'll get some audio while I'm doing this. It'll be so loud. Loud alcoholics. Well, you gotta be something to live here. Yes, I can see it splitting over here. Rah, rah, rah. I don't even want to touch this stuff. It's gonna break. Yeah, I should have just really did this in all one section. I think under the airbox is screwed up too now. Oh, someone else showing up. Running the stop sign. You hear him stop? That was a run. Someone commented that in one of my videos. You ran the stop sign. Why don't you stop? They probably don't even have a driver's license. That's that. I'm using cheap tape too. You should use some high temp stuff, but I don't care. This will all be redone if I'm ever out of here professionally, but this is like temporary fix. Yeah. Oh, and I was pissed off last night. I was bidding on 0 offset snap-on wrenches, but I must suck at eBay. You should probably bid higher, like with 5 seconds ago, not 15. And this freaking loser with like 4 feedback beat me out. Pissed me off. It was a lot of money. It was like 181 bucks shipped for the whole set, but it still came out to like 30 something a wrench. Nearly like 50 in the kit, 50 a wrench, 307. Plus tax for the whole kit comes out to like $327. Florida tax. I don't know. I kind of want 0 offset wrenches. Those things are the shit. Let's go tape this up. eBay. eBay sucks. Hear this guy? I'll just leave you somewhere. Not gonna fit. We'll listen to what I gotta listen to while I do this. camera even picks up on it. That's all I do, man. I'm just trying to make shit better. Sometimes I feel like I'm the only guy trying to make shit better in the world. I know there's other people trying to do it too. And we ain't too worried about that. See, it's just like a splice into a splice into a splice. Up here too. See, like all this is, look at that niceness. Oh, he spliced it over there, so all this is just gonna go now. Nice, this keeps on going. Get a little mass airflow sensor wiring code. Thanks, GM. Thanks for coming in today. Couldn't have done it without you. As I'm doing this, I'm thinking, oh, and I could start an engine fire. There was this douchebag from Michigan. Well, Michigan people are usually cool, but the people who travel here, they think they're hot shit no matter where they're from. It could be anywhere. But there's this kid who works at the dealer lecturing us because some guy that got paid way more than me must have left a dipstick out in the car. It was leaking oil. Like stupid shit. You know, I work with morons at this place right here across the street. And he kept saying, oh, I could start an engine fire. The way he said it, an engine fire. Biggest douchebag. And then one day, he was trying to fit that size battery into an S10. And the S10 uses a physically smaller battery. And he's trying to do it. I'm like, dude, this isn't going to fit. And then some other guy comes over, oh, I'll make it fit. He starts cutting up the whole truck and the battery tray. True story, cutting up the whole truck, battery tray, so this kid can put this used shitty battery in. You can go to the store and get the right battery for 80 bucks. But it's destroying his truck. And I fixed his hood cable with a zip tie. It wouldn't open. And I put an alternator on it. Someone else screwed with the battery tray because I said I ain't fucking with this. But you think the kid even gave me $1 for it? Nope, like free labor. I don't even think I made any money on the deal. That's the kind of person he was. He still lives around here, I think. Piece of shit. Every time I hear that engine fire, I think of that asshole. So that's what it is about people. When people do something shitty to you, or say something the way they said it, you're always going to remember that. And yeah. So don't be a crappy person, I guess. Just change your wiring loom. Engine fire. Yeah, the fucking guy, this Polak guy, this Polish dude, he like cut the whole battery tray to make it fit, and it was hanging over. The battery mount wasn't even centered anymore. I think it didn't even have a battery mount. It didn't, no. It was just free floating in there. The Florida battery install, like I have said, they leave the terminals all crusty and loose and no battery mount. Very typical here. So I need 2 hands for this. And then there was this other guy, black guy, but doesn't matter the color, from Chicago, you know, hot shot, think, oh, I'm from Chicago, I'm a Christian man, I do good by other people. And he was screwing us all over on our hours, making us attend a meeting for like an hour and a half, like every week. We weren't paid for it. And we worked about, I don't know, 60, 70 hours a week, and we got paid 35. In the North Country, if there's no work, if you get a 35-hour guarantee, you work 35 hours, you go home. You know, you go home an hour early. 5 days a week. Not here. Alright, I should probably just trim that whole end off. What do you think? Do it to the end? I don't know. Leave all that shit in the street later. Blower man will pick it up next week. Gotta give him something to do. So that's good, that's good. You know what I think about this power steering line? I see that the old wiring loom that I removed, it was kind of rubbing on the computer. I don't know if it rubbed through the loom first and then through the hose. I don't know. So we taped the shit out of it. Maybe we can try to bend this computer bracket back a little bit. I don't know. Maybe just cut it like the other genius. Just cut it off. And my Tom Lee, when he rebuilt the steering box, or one of his assistants, I guess the paint they use is not good on brake cleaner, or that poison brake cleaner that wagon guy gave me. Just give me all this shit. He's moving. Yeah, so that kind of sucks. Or is that Sunnyvale, California? I think they moved to a different location. This is all whatever. I believe all this shit has to come out anyway if I ever tackle that bolt. You know, I said I wasn't gonna fix this thing, but I have so much shit in my house. Oh no, look at that. I have so much shit in my house that I'm probably just gonna fix it. See, I need fat stuff for this. It's like an inch. I don't know the size. I'll have to measure the girth and figure out the circumference. That sucks. Got about, I don't know, 5-inch circumference. That's what she said. Oh man! I mean, I'm making jokes today. So now we gotta find half of that, I guess. Maybe a little less. No, it's about 5. A little over 5. Maybe I don't know, we gotta figure it. I figure out the formula how to find the diameter from circumference. I'll figure it out. Gotta get that. And how long we need? How long is a wiring loom? Probably about 2 feet. So I'll figure that out. If I find the size later, maybe I'll put it in the description. Because probably someone else at one of these things has the same problem going on. Alright, I think we're done with looming today. Do a little more later. It's cracking too. Oh, down here too, you got your power steering cooler hoses. They're leaking. I need a whole new span. Yeah, I gotta hit this thing with cleaner. We get spray cleaner. They pass by. Some more watchers. Doors open. Just walk around this stair. I get this. There's a sign over here. Pesticides. Don't walk on. Don't put your dog on. People are going over here putting their dog on and walking all over it. Can't fix stupid. Just leave that like that. Wheel falling off. Before I get bit by a fly again. Here's something. I gotta take that stub shaft off. It has a circlip. I can do a couple things. Should I just hammer it? Should I go get a little puller thing that goes in that flange with a slide hammer? Or should I just beat the crap out of it with a block of wood and maybe 2 pry bars? Because when it's fully out, that's when it's under the most pressure. If you pop it in, and then you pop it out, it might release. It's like a CV axle going into a transmission, but it has a flange on it instead of just nothing. Companion flange. Right there. Can't show you.